Hi, good day to you, Dr. T and my fellow friends. We are come from EPPM International Finance Set 3. The group member are Chang Wei-Zheng, Lai Jia-Pei, Ong Ming, Li Sujin, and me, myself, Chang Puyan. Today we are going to present our final assignment, which is the factors that affect the foreign direct investment inflow in Malaysia. So here we go. This research focuses on what are the determinants in attracting the foreign direct investment, or in a short form FDI. So what is FDI? FDI can be defined as an investment of a foreign asset into the domestic structure, equipment, or an organization, and it does not include in the stock market. So basically, FDI play an extraordinary and growing role in the global business. It also can be used to determine how good a country is in their economic growth until the investor is very interested in invest in the particular country. As the economy increased in FDI inflow across country over the past 20 years, an important determinant among the factors that attracting the foreign investment are particularly the characteristic of the host country. Investment environment in the host country are such as the policy reform, infrastructure system, red tape, and regulation are always regarded as having a negative effect or maybe have a mixed effect on the FDI inflow. And this study is to determine the relationship between the foreign direct investment and the exchange rate, tax rate, trade openness, and together with the infrastructure. So tax rates, we are using the Ringgit Malaysia per US dollar used as a proxy, while the tax rate is focused on the tax on export, and trade openness is determined by the rules and regulation implemented towards the FDI, and finally the infrastructure is measured by the government development expenditure on the transportation. And not to forget, this research covered 29 years commencing from the 1990 to 2018. In this study, we got two objectives. The first one is to analyze the factors that affect the inflow in FDI, and the second is to determine the relationship between the factors with the FDI.
Hi and good day everyone, I'm Suzy. Here we go for the statistical result. Based on the statistical data, we have found that the average value of the FDI inflow is 21,434 million ringgit Malaysia, with the mean of the currency RM 3.37 per USD dollar, while for the tax rate 6.58%, and the average value of transport service rate is 18.84%. The trade opponents also contribute a portion of weight on FDI inflow of the country, with which the average of trade opponents is 172.79 million ringgit Malaysia. The higher standard deviation of FDI inflow indicates that the data points are spread out over a wider range of value, while the low standard deviation from exchange rate, tax rate, trade opponents, and transport service rate indicate that the data points tend to be close to the mean of the data set. Basically, if the normal distribution curve is shifted to the left or to the right, it is said to be skewed. From Pearson coefficient of skewness, we found that the FDI inflow, tax rate, and transport service rate are positive. It means that the distribution is positively skewed or right skewed. On the other hand, the skewness of exchange rate is negative 0.23, so it is known as negatively skewed distribution or left skewed distribution. The skewness for trade opponents is 0, therefore it is a normal distribution. There are three types of kurtosis, which are mesokurtic, leptokurtic, and platykurtic. Mesokurtic is a normal distribution of kurtosis, which is 0. Refer to the red box in the table. The kurtosis of tax rate and transport service rate are greater than 0. This means that the distribution curve is more peaked than a normal distribution. Therefore, they are leptokurtic distribution. While for the kurtosis for FDI inflow, exchange rate, and trade opponents are less than 0, there are practically distribution. This is because the curve of distribution is less steep than a normal distribution. Thank you.
Hi Dr. T, my name is Lai Jia Pei. I'm going to present the Pearson correlation coefficient analysis. The first table presents the relationship between FDI inflows and the independent variable during the year 1990 to 2018. The second table shows the coefficient of correlation. Since the coefficient between one independent variable with the other variables is below 0.7, thus the data valid for the analysis purpose. From the table above, the relationship between FDI inflows and exchange rate is weakly positive with the coefficient of 0.3203. It means when the exchange rate increases, the FDI inflows will increase too. This may due to when the exchange rate is increased, the prices of imported goods also increase and it will generate more returns. Thus, it will attract more foreign investors to invest in Malaysia. Next, the relationship between FDI inflows and tax rate is moderately negative with the coefficient of negative 0.4105. It means when the tax rate is decreased, the FDI inflows will increase. The reason is the foreign investor may choose to invest in Malaysia that has a lower tax rate because they can export their products from Malaysia to other countries with lower tax rate compared to when they produce their products in their own countries and export it at a high tax rate. Next, the relationship between FDI inflows and trade openness is moderately negative with the coefficient of negative 0.5877. For the negative value coefficient in trade openness, it probably due to the reason that Malaysia is a developing country and trade openness has a negative effect on economic growth in Malaysia. The developing countries unable to take full comparative advantage relating to FDI inflows due to various deficiencies. Although the coefficient negative causes trade openness decreases, but it might be a potential growth for Malaysia and foreign investor has a prospect to invest in Malaysia. Thus, the trade openness will increase in the future and it causes the FDI inflow increases. Lastly, there is a moderate negative relationship between FDI inflows with infrastructure, which is transport services rate, that the coefficient is negative 0.6195. It means when the transport services rate are low, the investor will prefer to invest in Malaysia. The reason may be due to the transport infrastructure in the urban area has been already well established. Further improvement has not been that important. The foreign investors are looking for the factors that are more influential in their investment, such as exchange rate, interest rate, and so on.
Hi Dr. T, my name is Chong Wen-jun. Now I would like to continue to present multiple regressions analysis. For multiple regression analysis, this can be expanded by three tables, which are regression statistic, ANOVA table, and also regressions analysis. First, we look at regression statistic. The multiple R is 0.4587, shows the relationship between the variables is moderately positive, which means when one of the independent variable increases, the dependent variable will also increase or vice versa. When there is only one independent value, R squared is used to analyze the coefficients of determinations, while adjusted R squared is used when there is more than one independent value. Hence, in this case, adjusted R squared is used to analyze the coefficient of determinations when the independent variables are more than one. From the regression statistic above, we can conclude that 7.88% of variations of independent value around the means are expanded by the independent value. Next, we look at ANOVA table. For the majority of analysis, an alpha of 0.05 is used as the cutoff for significance. When the p-value is less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis or vice versa. We observe that F statistics is 1.5989 and the p-value is 0.2070 in this case, which is higher than 0.05. This indicates that the results were not statistically significant among the independence variable, thus have relationship with the dependence variable. That means All of the independent variables are not significant variables to influence the FDI inflows in Malaysia. Based on the multiple regressions analysis, we can see that the exchange rate, tax rate, and the trade openness rate are negative correlations. It means that the amount of FDI inflow will increase as the value of these three independent variables decrease. For the transport service rate is positive correlations with inflow of FDI. This shows that transport service rate increase, the amount of FDI inflow will increase also. From the analysis table, we can see that the p-value of exchange rate, tax rate, trade openness rate, and transport service rates are greater than 0.05. Hence, the data shows that there is no relationship between all of the independent variables with FDI. Consequently, the null hypothesis in this case can be accepted. Thank you.
Well, after presented by my group member like Jia for the Pearson correlation coefficient analysis and Weijia about the multiple regression analysis, I hope you guys can be more understanding for those analysis. When we do a comparison, we found that actually there's slightly different arguments for both analysis. So looking at the table that we prepared, it clearly shows that under the Pearson correlation, the exchange rate is directly proportional with the FDI inflow. However, under the multiple regression analysis is showing a negative relationship with the FDI inflow. Secondly, when we're looking at the infrastructure, under the Pearson correlation is showing a negative relationship with the FDI inflow. However, the multiple regression analysis is showing a positive relationship with the FDI inflow. For the tax rate and the trade openness, it remains same, like a negative relationship toward for both analyses. On the other hand, when we are discussing using the p-value perspective, there is a different argument with the coefficient analysis. The p-value for the regression model expect that were not statistically significant among the independent variable, thus have the relationship with the dependent variable, which means all the independent variables are not significant variable to influence the FDI inflow in the Malaysia. But it doesn't mean it won't influence the FDI inflow. Our findings for this case study is slightly different from the previous study. Maybe it's because we translate our currency to the Ringgit Malaysia, and maybe we translate our data to using the natural logarithm form, so that our result, our findings is slightly different from the previous study. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Min Min. Here I would like to talk about conclusions and recommendations. Based on our studies, we can conclude that the tax rate and trade openness are the determining factors towards foreign direct investment inflows in Malaysia, whereas the rest variables, which are the exchange rate and transportation infrastructure, are not considerable. Therefore, the policymakers such as the governments and central banks could imply some policies based on tax rate and trade openness. For tax rate, we suggest the policymakers to implement tax relief to certain sectors in order to encourage investment at lower foreign revenue costs. While for trade openness, trade liberalizations could be carried out in order to reduce barriers to trade among countries, such as tariffs and quotas. Lastly, future researchers could use this study as a guideline into further studying on the variables that we had mentioned, or researching the other variables that would affect foreign direct investment inflows in Malaysia. That's all from us. Thank you.